day 9 of 27 of our countdown to Halloween Horror Nights, and we're finally at Scare Zone. So today we're talking about the Sideshow of Decay. This is going to be the Scare Zone on Hollywood Boulevard, and it is focusing on Cindy. And if you know Halloween Horror Nights lore, you know how exciting that is. Don't think of this as some bright circus celebration. This is our decaying junkyard where the circus throws everything after the show. We have deteriorating props, abandoned equipment, remnants of old attractions. Everything that you can think of being in a junkyard is going to be filling the streets. And I'm going to be putting in some images as I continue talking about things that we've captured that are already up on Hollywood Boulevard at Universal. Again, the premise here is Cindy. She is the star of the show. She's one of the oldest characters, and she was originally developed at the same time as the Caretaker and has been established as his adoptive daughter throughout Halloween Horror Nights. Her time is finally here, and she's using Dr. Oddfellow's sorcery to create this world that we're going to be living in and walking through. She is essentially the central character here. Her backstory is extremely dark. After the death of her parents, she was sent to an orphanage, and after her violent tendencies were established, she basically burned the orphanage down, and she killed everyone except herself. She was taken in by the mortician, Dr. Albert Crane, or the Caretaker, and that's where that relationship starts coming in. She's been in Halloween Horror Nights 13, 16, 19, 20, 25, and 30. So she's been around quite a bit. But she's never controlled the story until now, and that's why this Scare Zone is so important to us. With that being said, the Caretaker is also a big part of the Scare Zone. He was the mortician at Shady Brook Rest Home and Sanitarium, which we know connects Jack the Clown as well, but he's Cindy's adoptive father. So this Scare Zone is kind of like a mini family reunion, which is very interesting to think about. Dr. Oddfellow matters in this, so we have the connection to the Caretaker, we have the connection to Cindy, to Jack the Clown. Dr. Oddfellow's dark sorcery is why Cindy can accomplish all of this, why this Scare Zone has come to be. So these are all pieces of our supernatural carnival that we've talked about in lore. The Infernal Carnival of Nightmares is Jack and Oddfellow and the main spectacle, but Sideshow of Decay is Cindy and the forgotten horrors behind that spectacle. So they all are intertwined. In terms of the decayed nightmares, this is probably the most exciting component of the Scare Zone. Obviously, we need more things scaring us than Cindy and the Caretaker. Universal specifically said that Cindy resurrects decayed nightmares from the past. That wording is extremely important because it is supporting the idea that Universal is bringing back Halloween Horror Nights history within the Scare Zone. Essentially, Halloween Horror Nights Past becomes Cindy's monster collection. Imagine old creatures that have been buried beneath decades of Halloween Horror Nights mythology. Decayed is also important. These nightmares have apparently been dead for years. They're not new things that are coming. They are being resurrected. That potentially allows Universal designers to create deteriorated versions of very familiar monsters. Think rotting costumes, damaged masks, exposed bones, torn carnival clothing, all of which you can currently see in the Scare Zone from now. In terms of which characters are there, that has not been formally revealed, but I think that's part of the excitement. Again, we're thinking of a carnival junkyard. That suggests an environment with broken carnival equipment, rotting signage, discarded sideshow props, rusting machinery, damaged cages, old banners, forgotten attractions. Again, as I've been putting pictures up, you can probably see some of those details there. Metaphorically, this junkyard is 35 years of discarded monsters, characters, and nightmares that are waiting to be rediscovered. They're really playing on this big anniversary, and I think that's what makes it even more exciting. I also mentioned a portal. This is going to be one of the zone's major elements. Within the narrative, this is the mechanism that Cindy's using to bring these things to life. So conceptually, we aren't going to be merely encountering random scare actors. We're encountering creatures that have come from Cindy's portal. This gives Universal so many opportunities for fog, supernatural lighting, eerie sounds, whatever it may be, to get this mystical approach of the portal as you're walking down Hollywood Boulevard. The atmosphere, the best way to think about it is Infernal Carnival of Nightmares is the show, Sideshow of Decay is what happens behind the show. Lights aren't working anymore, performers are dead, the props are rotting, the attraction has been abandoned. but something's moving within the junk pile. So fog, lighting, scare actors are really going to come together to make this a creepy, eerie, and very scary place to walk around. The scare actors, or the scare style, it's not a haunted house. You're walking through, you can stop and watch, you can keep walking. So anticipate a lot of camouflage, a lot of jumping, a lot of following. We've seen that historically as well. Just keep an eye wherever you're going, not only for the details and the scares, but just for all of the little Easter eggs. This zone is so important for Halloween Horror Nights 35 because it's really aiming at the longtime Horror Nights fans. We are going to be seeing creatures and ideas that we haven't seen in so long and really paying tribute to that. So I'm so excited to see how Universal is going to pull it all together. The past isn't being just celebrated, it's being resurrected, and we're here for the show. Again, Halloween Horror Nights 35 really does play tribute, so I'm so excited to see how they're able to pull all these characters together. We're going to see Cindy, we're going to see the Caretaker, we're going to see so many other people in this zone, and it is ramping up to be quite the scare, which is very exciting for all Halloween Horror Nights fans.